I'm not wanted now. But this person will probably have most enthusiastic attitude than anybody I've ever known.
All right.
She probably also has a very passionate way of saying love. But I don't know it yet. Really, no other way to say it. Her name is Telle. Give it up for her.
All right, just give me a minute to set up, and while I'm setting up, I'm gonna tell you all a little story. I know a lot of you know me by my poetry and spoken word, and that's not what we'll be sharing today. I'm a music major here at Palomar, and a little bit about my music history. I started playing the flute when I was about, I want to say 9 or 10 years old, so it's been about 15 years. When I was a teenager, I was sponsored with Disney. Disney wanted me to play on their crew for The Incredibles, but my stepfather didn't have the money to put me up in California while that happened. I had professional recordings in Canada, also as a teenager. When I was 19 years old, I tried out for the Marine Corps band. That was my dream, was to be part of the President's Own. At 19 years old, without a master's degree, they wanted me to play for them. My first week of boot camp, I found out that I had cancer on my lower jaw. When they operated, they severed the nerve, and I lost feeling of my entire lower face. That was 5 years ago. They told me that I would never play an instrument for the rest of my life. It takes your nerves 3 years to grow back, and after 3 years, I still didn't have function of my lower lip. Well, a friend of mine told me that if you have another blood force trauma to a nerve, it'll probably regrow again. So a year ago, I put 4 beautiful little pieces of jewelry in hopes that maybe I'd get the feeling back. I now have full function of my face. And I eventually will succeed in my dream of playing for a huge production company, or possibly even the President's Own. Because that's... Alright, so a little history on old music. I know today we have a lot of public speakers that use speech, poetry, spoken word to move an audience or influence a government. Well, back in the early times, it was music. Like Beethoven wrote Für Elise for his love. Tchaikovsky wrote for his government. Some people just wrote to move people. Well, today I'll be playing a piece by G.F. Handel called Cisalani and Gigi from Sonata 5. And this piece is just a beautiful flute piece that he wrote to invoke emotion within people.